Hi everybody, Jericho on Burlesque here. I am so fortunate. Look who I'm standing with. I'm standing with Scandal from Bohemia, Kama Chameleon. Just saw the show. Both ladies did an incredible job. We also saw, who else from tonight?
Mandy Flame.
Mandy Flame and Piper Peters. And I'm forgetting.
Selenia
was the stage kid.
Was this the stage kid?
Selenia stage kid.
And the gentleman who was emceeing tonight was Robert Bogue. Robert Bogue. We're here at the SecondStory Hideaway, a relatively new venue here. And they did a great job. The seats are great. It's a great little place in Redmond Town Center. They're trying to do more. They're taking a little break here for a couple months, but 3 or so months from now, they're going to do more. So you don't have to go to Seattle to see great burlesque.
East Side, what?
And I have a personal and fun little story that happened with Scandal here. You did a Weird Al Yankovic themed. And that night, I went with a friend of mine, and we were late, of course, and the only seats were like right down front on the aisle. So, of course, being the great burlesque fan that I am, I'm like, this is a great seat. You know, I get to be right up front. So, gosh, I have a handful was at that show, and Bolt Action was there, and you were there.
Scarlet Hair Dye was there, yeah.
That's right.
And people from California too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Pickles Pintaro.
Incredible show. And of course, Weird Al Yankovic music. I mean, what's better than that?
Yeah.
So, tell us a little about your act then.
Well, it started Sailor St. Clair when the California people were coming in. She, sorry, I instant messaged asking if I'd wear Weird Al act because she thought it was the kind of thing that it would be likely for me to have. And I'm like, no, I don't, but I have a handful does, you know. And then as we're just keep chatting, I'm like, I guess if I were to do a Weird Al act, I'd go really old school and, you know, wear a Lady Gaga meat dress to My Bologna. And she just typed back, you're in. And I was like, oh, crap, you know. And the Lady Gaga meat dress didn't work out. So instead, my yellow evening gown unwraps to be a huge package of Oscar Mayer type, I probably can't say that, bologna.
Delicious.
Yes, but but the yellow and red packet with me in my butt in
And
the
place
window.
went insane.
Yeah, of it. Yes.
Well done.
So you were hiding in something in that particular costume.
Oh yeah, okay. So then once I get out of that, I have the bologna bandolier, and then I pull a piece of bologna out of the front of my G-string, and I roll some lettuce up in it like it's a joint, and in that show I gave it to somebody in the audience. Yes.
Somebody in the audience was me.
Hey, I was gonna guess that. What do you know?
You saw where this was going.
I did. I saw it with my one eye.
So I got the bologna. And
Yes.
being the ham that I am, I took a gigantic bite out of it.
Oh.
Bologna out of her G-string into my mouth. The place lost it. And it was great. I had a great, it was a great moment.
And I couldn't tell because of the lights that he'd actually done that, but somebody told me later. And my thought was, that bologna has been in my car all day. If he gets food poisoning, am I liable?
Let's see, 1-800 lawyer.
It was delicious. It was great.
Apparently no ill effects.
It was girl flavored bologna. What's better than that?
It sounds so good.
Oh, it sounds. Oh, that is not something you'd put in a Jelly Belly flavor. Not a Jelly Belly.
Thank you. Thank you for
you.
doing this. This is great. We're going to talk a few more minutes. It sounds like you need to go.
I should go, yes.
Great.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I want to do a longer thing. I'm promising the folks.
Okay.
I'm going to do a longer interview.
All right. Yes,
Great.
contact me. I'm going to run through this way.
Okay. Bye, Scandal. Scandal from Bohemia. So you had. I'm a big Rush fan.
Oh, thank you.
don't
Here, let
know.
me switch with you so I can look at you with my good eye.
Yeah,
there we go.
So, yeah, I'm a huge Rush fan, and the performance tonight was to Bastille Day.
Yes.
So I saw that at the Davis City Theater, and again tonight. Still great. We won't give away the ending on that. What inspired you? If I can ask that.
Gosh, you may. As actually I got the comment from an audience member tonight that they thought the piece was very body positive, which is what I originally intended it to be, was a very sort of body positive sort of thing, or at least having hints of that. It's more about the fact that, yeah, I just want to cover. I just want to do some things with Cupcake that I'm not going to tell you about. Shush. But yeah, just the idea of sort of Kama's whole character began as sort of taking clown elements of doing things way over the top. Like she's very high status. She's very like, I am the ruler, bitch. I'm gonna cut all y'all. Y'all best represent, because Kama's a coming, and all other sorts of things that are words, and the words that come out of your mouth. And but her downfall is that she always gives in to temptation, and temptations can be whatever. The temptation of cupcakes, or of, which could be a metaphor for sex or love, or or greed, or sloth, or whatever it is. She always gives in to the extreme of whatever that temptation is, so she has a built-in downfall. So it's very clown-like in that she's very high status, and she's always trying, and she does her best, but the fact that I can't really walk very well in heels makes it great, so I can sort of Lady Gaga about, and nobody cares because it's part of the character, and if I trip and I fall, then it's totally a part of the character.
It's a pratfall.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, and I really actually discovered Rush through trying to create this act. I had not heard Rush before, or not very extensively. I was like, okay, I need a Marie Antoinette, something to do with cupcakes. What do I do? It has to be the perfect song. Like I was playing with some PG Harvey for a while, and some Bow Wow Wow, I Love Candy. Anything along those sort of punk rock, glam rock, hard rock, lines. Something with sort of, I'm looking for a lot of like female vocal type stuff, girl power and all that. But I wanted something that kind of had that glam rock meets Sid Vicious meets Marie Antoinette, all kind of smooshed together, type of punk rock feel. And I found Rush. So,
and
yeah.
you do just a great job of matching up to the breaks in the song. And,
Thank you.
I mean, Rush is known for their odd time signatures.
They have dynamics. The band that I am in has covered YYZ before, and man, that was an exciting bit where I'm like doing the no, my band leader's doing the on violin, and I'm doing the keyboard part and also trying to play ukulele, and I was just like, oh, what's happening? So.
And you sang tonight.
Yes.
The lady has pipes.
Thank you.
Fever. That was amazing. I'm like, lip sync, another active lip syncs, and that's her voice.
Thank you. I did have to turn the microphone on because I forgot to get turned on, but I'm glad I was heard. That one, there's actually a really great story behind it. Last 2 Septembers ago, I got in a fire pit accident where I made some choices, and while camping,
You might have
a little. Okay. There might have been 5 of us that split a bottle of whiskey, which is better than like 2 or 1. So that's
Fireball
okay.
by chance?
No, it wasn't
okay,
Fireball. No, it was
hilarious.
the good Irish stuff. It was Tullamore Dew. That's my family brand. Very Irish. So that happened, and then I kissed a boy, and then we fell into the fire pit. And like you do, it was raining. We might have slipped. I don't know. I blacked out for a second. So I'm rolling around and screaming, and then I go to my physical therapist. And I'm like, I'm supposed to do an act in like a week, and she's like, do it anyway. So I'm like, okay. So I wrap myself in the burn bandages, and I'm like, how can I do an act where I don't move? Because every time I move, I am literally in excruciating pain because I had my whole leg and my right hand was just a complete mess. So I was like, okay, well, if I just stand at a microphone and sing a song and take things off. Oh, and also if I do Fever, then the whole idea of like fever that burns and I'm covered in bandages and oh, sexy and over top. So then again, there's the theme of like she took it a little too far with the fever thing. So that, and I did that act a week later, and then I did it, and it was great, and I kind of blacked out for a second as it was happening, and then I went off stage and immediately downed all the painkillers that were in my bag. It was insane.
Wow, I did not expect a great story. That's great. Yeah, so where can we see you next?
Kama doesn't have anything coming up super quick. I am hosting the Burlesque Cabaret that will be happening at Portland GearCon, which is the Portland Steampunk Convention that will be happening 4th of July weekend down in Portland. So I will be hosting, possibly doing an act, I'm not sure yet, but I will at the very least be there in a host capacity, as I do love to host quite a bit. So that's the next thing that I know of. So that's July 4th weekend.
All right, great. Thank you for doing this little bit of interview.
Thank you very much.
We're going to get you in a longer interview as well, I'm hoping, if we can work out some time. Hi again, folks. I got lucky and Mandy Flame came out and wanted to talk with us here. Hi. She was great tonight. Let's see, you had 2 acts tonight. You started off with, what's the first act was?
MTV, Dire Straits, Money for Nothing.
Yes.
So that's one of my classic numbers. Come on in all overalls, humping boxes, and it's like pretty much act out the song. It's like, oh, this is hard work and that ain't working. And then the song keeps going, and one layer of overalls has another layer of overalls, which has another layer of overalls, and then there's a finale, which I won't spoil for you by revealing it.
You gotta come see her.
That's a lot of fun.
And then you close the night with, and this was great for me, I'm a big Star Wars fan, so there was a great Star Wars theme act. That was, she did the entire cast. She was the entire cast. You've got to see it. You've got to see it.
Yep.
So how long have you been in the burlesque?
I'm pretty much still a newcomer. I did my Academy of Burlesque 101 in October 2013, so that makes me about a year and a half old. But took it like a duck to water. I didn't have any previous theater experience, but I'd spent a lot of time with a touring dance company, so I'm pretty much familiar with the stage and how to get around and how to get on and off and look good to the audience and give them something to applaud. So that's my background. I love burlesque. I love the ability to tell a story. I love the ability to entertain a crowd. I love the ability to get naked in public.
Oh, well, so my address. So, where can we see you next?
Upcoming, I branched out to be a producer at the end of last year, and my first production was The Dark Side of the Boob, and I wish I was wearing a t-shirt because the graphics are amazing. And that was in Columbia City Theatre back in November of 2014. So my next production is British Invasion, which is coming up on May 17th, so just a couple of weeks from now. And that's again at the Columbia City Theatre in Seattle. Headliners are Mod Carousel, who are amazing. And the theme of the show is the music that invaded the US charts from Britain, so the Beatles, the Animals, the Zombies. I'm doing an act to the Hollies, a long, cool woman in a black dress. Then we go all the way forward to Queen, David Bowie, Black Sabbath, Danger Doll from New York City is coming over to do a Black Sabbath number. Lane Fawkes from Portland is coming up to do a David Bowie, which is absolutely amazing. And then Mod Carousel, the international supergroup, will finish up the evening with, I'm not going to tell you the surprise, but it's going to be an amazing finale. And then after that, the next production is August the 7th and this is going to be at the Erickson Theatre, and it's called Hasty Pops. And this is burlesque set entirely to classical music, and there are a large number of dance-trained burlesque performers, so people who've come up through ballet or other forms of dance. So this is going to be pretty amazing again. Violent Tendencies is in that, Kama Sutra. The headliner is Waxy Moon, and who doesn't want to see Waxy Moon? So that's August the 7th at the Erickson Theatre in Capitol Hill.
Wow. You're busy. Wow.
Yeah. Hey, life's too short not to be busy.
So, newcomer and you're producing, you're amazing. You're amazing. That's one of my favorite words on the show, amazing. You're amazing. Thank you for talking with us.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Have a good night. And we'll get back to this and finish it off. Thanks, folks.
Thank you.
And I've had a great time tonight. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. And like and subscribe. Have a good one, everyone.
Do it.